Who said you can't go home? Real Estate Exposed, brought to you by Signature Real Estate. Real Estate Exposed is all about helping homeowners and those who would like to be homeowners and those who would like to get into real estate.
Welcome to Real Estate Exposed.
We're new.
We're new. We don't know what we're doing. Welcome to Real Estate Exposed, brought to you by Signature Real Estate, where it's more than just real estate. I'm Brandon Roberts, along with Shelly Panzarella.
What's up?
Branch manager,
loan extraordinaire.
of Prosperity Lending.
That's right.
Where the condition of being successful or thriving especially.
Love it. Prosperity.
That's what it means.
Did you guys put that up for me?
No, Beta wrote it.
Oh.
Did you look that up, Beta? Yeah.
Good thing
right
for
out of
dictionaries.
Webster's.
Right. That's the urban version of it? Good.
So how are you? It's been a long time since we did a podcast, like 10 minutes.
You know, it has been about 10 minutes. I haven't been on the show for like a month and a half, I feel like.
It's been a long time. And it's probably been longer than that since we've actually sat on the show together, because I've missed a few too.
Maybe that's why you and I haven't been together in that. Yeah. So I actually, I went to Destin and I got, we did our
Circle of Champions?
We did that, yeah. So I was there for a week. They give out this candy out there that, just kidding. And so we went to what they call Ground Zero, I guess. Not really, but.
But I heard that they have the lowest new cases percentage in the country right now.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I read that this morning, but
yeah.
Ground Zero.
I went to, good news, bad news, I guess. But I did get COVID, which is something that, I joined the team, so to speak. I'm not sure. Then I'm not saying that in good or bad ways, but yeah, and I think half the reason is because they have that IV that they have out there, which is one thing that prompted me to do it. And I know we weren't going to go down the segment of this, but it was the monoclonal IV. They do that out there in Florida. Like they have fairgrounds that are open to just giving out this IV. You don't have to really prove anything other than just going up and saying you're positive for COVID. And the benefit is that it's to help reduce the amount of capacity in the hospitals. But I also think it's also to reduce the symptoms sooner. So that was actually a blessing for me in figuring out. I think if I had gotten it any other time, had I not gone down there, not even known about what it was, I wouldn't have done that here for me here. So when I got sick, I immediately went and got the IV. And 3 days later, I was...
You're good to go, huh?
I was, negative. I didn't get as sick, and I'm sure it's because I was... I had the vaccine.
The vaccine, probably the IV. You take care of yourself, so...
Every once in a while I do. I drink like a fish, but I do take care of myself. I'm just kidding. I
you
drink
drowned
water.
it out.
I drink water.
No, that's good. I'm glad it wasn't that bad, and
Yeah.
I know the event you were at, there was a few people that caught it, and nobody really had it serious, did they?
No. I mean, nobody got hospitalized. I think there were a few that it took them much longer to get over it. And I think they've had some residual effect of it, but for the most part, everybody's come out healthy.
Good. You just never know, right? Super spreader events.
Yes. Well, we always think that too, right? Like every event we've had, we're like, oh,
well,
please.
there seems to be no rhyme or reason to it. Like you can go, all of a sudden you get it, and 15 people around you got it, or one person gets it and nobody gets it. I've heard people that have had it, been in the household, slept next to their spouse, everything else. They had it, but the spouse didn't get it. So, I mean, it's really a tough one to figure out.
I was kicked to the doghouse, just so you know. I lived with my dog in the outside area, and it was really tough going to the bathroom. Fortunately, it was warm enough. No, I'm just kidding. I did actually get, just for safety for my family, that if something was going to happen, I wanted to make sure that it was just, I was quarantined in my space.
Smart.
Yeah. Even the dog, because apparently dogs or pets can get it too.
Which is interesting, because when it first came, I thought I had heard that they couldn't.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think
they lick up on you all the time, so that would make
They do?
I mean, my dog is a licker. She's a lover and a licker. Sorry, wrong show.
That one's for Animal Planet.
Exactly. So what else is going on? What are we talking about today?
I haven't had COVID.
You haven't? Good for you.
It's been a year since I had it. But,
yeah.
But yeah, so that's good. So today we did the pre-recording of your new podcast that's going to be coming out.
Yes, that was kind of fun. You were my first guest. Yeah, because you're the one that not really pushed. You encouraged me to really do it because I talk a lot. I've talked about this podcast for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you finally are going to launch it. What's the name of it?
I'm not sure. The Shelly
haven't
P
named it yet?
podcast. I'm just, this is how I roll. I just take action and then I figure shit out afterwards. Oh, sorry.
No,
I
that's
figure
good.
shit talking out later.
That's
Yes.
good. So
stay tuned for that. Look out for that.
what's your vision of that?
It's to really talk, to talk to my strategic partners. I've had some great clients that I've come across just in the 5 years, but really the 23 years in doing business. And so I want to bring them up for their businesses, also talk a little bit about how their journey was in home ownership. And then, my partners, and then just special guests and business owners across Las Vegas to showcase them. That's really it. I'm all about,
You've probably met some pretty cool people doing loans for them.
I have. Yeah, I have a Raiders football player that I have that will be coming on the show. I have a cannabis owner when he first started off. I want him to talk about his journey to when we legalized cannabis. Is that what it's called? Marijuana. How he went through the things. We're exposed. Sorry, I don't know.
Marijuana.
It's been 4 years or 4 weeks that I've been on the show. I forgot what it's supposed to not say.
You say whatever you want. It's
Mary
exposed.
Jane. What do you call it?
What do I call it? Weed.
Speaking of which, so we were on the airplane, and there was a convention here for a cannabis convention a couple weeks ago or whatever. The guy sitting next to us, was an owner who had just come off of that convention, and of course, pick a conversation with him, and just happened to go into this full dialogue on the different types of gummies and all this other stuff, samples and all this stuff. It was a fun airplane ride. Chicago.
Do you have the samples on the plane?
He had the samples on the plane.
Nice.
It was really tough though, because they only let you pull the mask down and just sample, and then you had to
put it back up.
Yeah, pretty exciting. But yeah, I didn't know that we were doing cannabis conventions here. So
yeah, I guess we are.
Cannabis.
We're back.
We're back for sure.
So very good. What else has been going on with you?
Well, I'm getting ready for your installation. Are you getting ready for that?
Yeah, I have no choice. It's coming a week from tomorrow.
Yeah, I
So.
mean, like it's like a big wedding event almost.
Just so you know, it's weird because they call it my installation, but it's not just my installation. It's
You're right.
of the executive board and the whole board of directors for Las Vegas Realtors. And so there's a lot of great people that are coming onto the board this year, and a lot of people returning. So I'm excited about all that, and just kind of get it over with too. Just
Over with?
Well, the installation part of it,
Yeah.
And I'm sure Wendy, the CEO over at LVR, and the staff are probably ready to be done with it too, because they've been working really, really hard and putting it together. And it's going to be a fabulous event. I know it, because they put so much into it. So I'm excited to see that. And
Did
just
you have
fun.
any plan or any hand in the planning of it other than the food?
So I picked a planning coordinator, Patty Kelly.
So it's very similar to a wedding.
So Patty,
Jennifer Lopez?
Patty took a lot of that on. I did get to pick the food. It was a fun thing. We went down to the Four Seasons and did a tasting.
Oh,
Have you ever
cool.
done that?
Yeah, when I got married.
Oh, it is like a wedding.
It's like a wedding.
No, it was kind of cool. So they brought out the different entrees and stuff like that, and you had to pick what you wanted. And so, knowing me, I have a tough time making decisions on food. So I just we'll go with both of them on the same plate.
Ooh.
So we're doing sea bass and short rib
Yummy.
together, and we're doing 2 salads on 2 different sample salads. The only thing I
You couldn't pick which salad you liked
because they
better?
were both good.
Oh.
They were really good. And so we're doing a lot of 2 on a plate till we get to dessert. I could pick that.
Ooh, are you able
Bread
to
pudding.
share? Yummy.
Yeah.
Really? Is that your
It's my
dessert?
go-to, yeah.
Really? Nice.
Yeah, I love bread pudding. So
Awesome.
real simple to make, and but
Are you
really
making it
good.
all?
No, hell no.
Like that's
Hell
going to
no.
be tough on your tucks. Well, I know you like to cook and you're a chef.
I'd cook more if I didn't have to do the dishes.
Same.
You know, so
No, I don't do the dishes or cook.
create all day long in the kitchen, but
exactly.
But yeah, now I'm more like you. I make good reservations.
Now, right? It's easier. Especially if it's just
there's an app for
it. For sure. That too. You can also, that's the new thing that's coming along. Yeah.
So that'll be next week, and that'll be good. Then shortly after that, we leave to San Diego for the National Association of Realtors convention.
Wow.
Year-end convention.
Is everybody going? Like all your brokers and all the
board
goes,
the
right?
board goes, and a lot of realtors and stuff from across the country go.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. I know Chris will be there. Tom will be there. I'll be there. I think Janet's going. So yeah, a lot
so
of
you're leaving Todd and Vonna to run the show.
Hold down the fort.
Yeah.
So that'll be good. It's
what do they do there?
There's committee meetings. So there's national committees, just like we have local committees. I got appointed to one of those for next year. I can't remember the name of it.
While you're president of LVR?
Uh-huh. So it's you have to actually apply to be on a committee, and then the president or the president-elect coming up through NAR actually appoints you.
Oh.
And so it's a big deal. And it's the first time I've gotten appointed one. It's probably the third time I've applied. And so that's pretty cool. They're telling me that it's...
Now you made it.
Don't let your head get too big, because it's probably just because you're going to be president. It would look bad if they didn't put you in there. I know Vonna got one. I know Janet got one. Chris got a few. So that's all good. But they have those meetings, and then I think there's some CE classes or different classes type things you can take, and there's events. We'll have a Nevada night out.
What's that? Oh, where all the Nevada
everyone
realtors?
From Nevada will go to dinner or whatever, which will be nice. But
do the general people that are not on the board go as well? They can attend.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. You just buy a pass, just like any other convention.
Got it.
And I think in 2 years, a year or two, it'll be in Vegas.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is this the convention that was set to go to be in Incline, or is that different?
No, so that was our state convention.
Okay.
So that went virtual this year.
Yeah.
And I believe they're broadcasting some of the national convention through Zoom or through a virtual platform too.
So do you pay for the virtual aspect of it?
You sure do.
Ah, awesome.
But that'll be good. So it's kind of travel with the board and stuff has been down a little bit because of COVID.
Yeah.
They've started opening up and doing it this year. They do have COVID protocols, proof of vaccination, or proof of negative tests.
Oh.
If you don't have that, they have, at least they did in Chicago, went to leadership. They have nurses and stuff. They'll give you a test right there.
Wow.
So yeah, they're on it, and you got to wear your mask, all that stuff.
The whole time while you're in the convention?
When you're in the convention center, yeah. Unless
good.
You're eating your gummies.
Let me know if you need some of that. Just kidding. Because Vonna has them all.
That she? That's why she's not here.
Exactly.
She's home making gummies. Just kidding.
Jokes. No, she's out. She finally took her boys out on a little trip, which is cool.
Where'd they go? California?
Yeah, to Magic Mountain, Six Flags,
fun.
right? That's fun. Yeah, she'd been talking about, I guess they haven't really traveled, and, they're avid travelers. They hadn't gotten out.
Now that she's had COVID and it wasn't that bad, she's off and running.
I'm not going to lie. It is a little bit, it's a little different because I was a little bit more nervous about it before. Not nervous, but definitely like.
That's the unknown.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's the same thing. Like, people thought I was like anti-vaxxer and all this. And I wasn't. And I know it's a serious virus. But when you've had it and you know how your body kind of reacts to it, it's a little bit, I don't want to say comforting, but it's a little bit of peace of mind that it's not as bad for you as it has been for others.
I think, even for that IV, personally, I would, like, if I found out anybody in my family had gotten it, like, that would be the first thing I would look to do, is to try to, give them more information on. I've already shared it with everybody I know, to really go get it. Because I think if you can get it early on in the onset of COVID, it'll help to reduce the symptoms. But then all the long-term stuff that you've been hearing about, I think that'll help to prevent any of that stuff happening.
Yeah, it's sad that they pushed a lot of that stuff off, not brought that out to the public and stuff.
We're not going to go there, Brandon.
No, I know.
Let's go, Brandon.
But yeah, let's go, Brandon.
Sorry.
But no, because I think it can help some people. So
Agree.
It's good that you knew about it and you were able to utilize it.
Yeah. So I feel like I'm going to be the new spokesperson.
Therapeutics.
Now,
that's what they
one
are.
year from now, if something happens, I grow a third ear, horn comes out. That's not normal.
That was the vaccine.
That was
No, I'm just
exactly.
kidding. Could be anything.
Or the tequila. We're not sure.
Could be the tequila. Did you eat the worm in the bottom of that tequila? It's the gummies.
It's the gummies. Throw them in there.
Well, there's a lot of things it could be, apparently.
Exactly. So who's to say?
Right. You have some stats?
I don't. I was pulling them up for you.
No,
That's what Anna does.
I know, and so you take it over.
Well, this is from your applied analysis. So this isn't like your up-to-date stats that she normally posts on her Instagram,
Well,
Realtor Von Annette.
Bringing up applied analysis, we had our general membership meeting last Friday.
Yeah.
And they spoke. Brian Gordon.
They're great.
It was Brian Gordon that spoke, and it was fabulous. Walking through the presentation and that, and if you're a realtor with Las Vegas Realtors, you can actually access his whole slide presentation. It's in the applied analysis tab in the back.
The same one?
Mm-hmm. Oh. And it was really, really good stuff. So,
what were your top takeaways since we have?
I don't remember. I just remember it was really, really good. No, same thing going down the thing. He was also talking about he didn't see any big crash coming and stuff like that. He figured it was going to maintain a strong market or housing prices for at least the next 5 years or so. Stuff
with
like
the same
that.
type of appreciation, or do you think?
No, the appreciation would change a little bit necessarily. And then he was focusing on interest rates too. That's going to be a big factor on pricing and different things like that and the appreciation of the property. But, also with usually when interest rates increase and the ability for buyers to buy or the purchase power, they usually do what? Come out with different loan programs to make people to be able to qualify a little bit more.
Everybody's talking about a 40-year term. So they brought the 40-year term for modifications, like those who are coming out of forbearances. And I feel like that would probably be an alternative. Yeah, is that they're going to for the affordability factor, it's going to need to be something different. Because we were talking about it in...
they did it with cars. I think you get like 6 or 7 years now, can't you?
I think you can go 10.
10?
Depending on if it's like, one of those high-end $400,000 homes or cars. Mm-hmm. We blacked out.
Yeah, I don't know if we're still live or what, but we're still talking anyway. Battery died.
Really?
Yeah. Are we dead on sound?
No, you guys
we're still going.
We?
Good.
Oh, awesome.
You just can't see us, but you can still hear us.
All right.
That's good.
Because you can hear us on Apple Podcast, on what other podcast
Google,
do we stream? Google?
Whatever that is.
Whatever that is.
Anchor, where we broadcast through Anchor.
Aweber.
What is it? What's the other one? What's the big
podcast?
one?
Podcast.com?
Anyway, anywhere podcasts are found, we're there.
Spotify.
Spotify.
Yes.
That's what I was looking for. So
wait, so what were we talking about? The rates going...
Rates, loan programs, stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I think the 40-year would be actually the smarter than creating loan programs that maybe people don't actually qualify for the house,
Yeah. Well, and I think something that was kind of crazy is the conforming loan limit. So every single year that gets increased. This year was a huge jump for conforming loan limits. So 548 to 625, where the year before that it was like $15,000 of an increase. So, and that now allows buyers to put 5% down, where it's not going to be a jumbo loan, which usually that's 10 to 20% down to qualify. So,
when did it go up to the
625?
Yeah.
Do you need a refinance? I just saw your light bulb go up. Bing.
No, when did it? No,
So it's due to go up January 1st. Certain lenders like ourselves at Prosperity, we are able to start it now.
Because when I bought mine, it was the 585. That was the determining of the price range.
548, yeah.
Price I needed 548. That was the determining of the price I had to get the house at, so that I
Correct.
could put the amount down to be conforming.
Yeah, now we
So-
do a cash out. I'm sure a house is worth even more.
It's funny because you guys have already been sending me stuff about it.
Really?
It's time to refi.
Yes. Well, have you been in the home 6 months? I know you've been in your 1-bedroom home, but have you been in your casita?
Can you refi a rental?
You could refi your rental, but we wouldn't do your rental.
No, but that's the one it was mailed on.
Oh, you could refi it, but that rate was too good for you.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Because
This
you
one's
lived in
pretty
the
good
home.
too.
Yeah, I mean, but if we were to refinance you as an investment, it'd be a much higher rate.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. But no, my current one. Let's see, May.
May.
June, July, August, September, October.
Okay, you're ready.
Next month.
Yeah, perfect. I'll be calling you then. Next show, I'll ask you if you want to refinance. We could pull some cash out too, maybe to get rid of that.
We're not paying
to pay for those renovations that you haven't completed yet.
Yeah, no, I'm paying that as I go. So
yeah, So where are you? Are you moving in now?
So yeah, it's been quite a journey, but it looks amazing.
Yeah.
So, half the house is fully done. The bedrooms, the 4 bedrooms, the bathroom back there, the hallway, the laundry room, all that. Looks really, really good. So it's being cleaned up today. So I'm able to move some furniture and stuff into the rooms.
Good. That's why we actually did Real Estate Exposed a little early.
Right. Because I got to go home and clean the house. And then we just got to finish the main area of the house.
What about?
But there's a lot of work already done on it. It's just.
Oh, and you're still waiting on the wine cellar?
Yeah, that's an extension, and so with permits and everything else, that's really driving me nuts.
But you can live in the home,
yeah,
without having that done.
Yeah.
Will you update your 1-bedroom then, the casita that you were living in?
It's funny because I think, well, why would I update it? It's not like I'm living in it. But then I'm looking, more I'm in there, I'm like, oh, this color of paint sucks. So yeah, then maybe that's next.
Yeah. Did you have a dining or a kitchen in there, or was it just
a small area where you could put a small table?
Oh,
but
okay.
Mostly we ate at the bar area or the island.
Uh-huh.
So
Inside of the one
in the casita.
In the casita?
Yeah.
You could rent that out. Are you
I want to
doing that?
Airbnb it.
Are you?
Thinking about it.
Very cool. Do that before
Here's
you
the thing.
refi. Just kidding.
Do that before?
No, it doesn't matter.
Oh,
You can qualify.
No, my thought process is this: I don't really want somebody living in that house in the back full time.
Yeah.
And so, if it's somebody that's short term, then they go home or they leave.
Yeah.
And then you can still utilize it for guests or whatever. So
I always see like transition people looking for transition homes as they're moving in and out of homes. Now I know it's only a 1-bedroom, so maybe not but you 2 people and your 4 dogs have lived in the one home. So I mean, you could put that up for something like that.
Yeah,
right?
it would work. Not for 4 dogs and 2 people, but
No, one person.
2 or 3 people maybe.
What about 3 people and 1 dog? Does that work?
No, that would put 5 dogs on my lot.
Oh, that becomes a bigger issue.
Yeah,
that's
it's
funny.
the bigger issue. So
That's awesome.
But no, there were some things I'd need to do. There's a gate on the side of the house that could come in, so I'd want to make that an electric gate and fence it off so my dogs don't attack everybody coming in.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of stuff to make that happen, but I think it's a good opportunity.
Awesome. So the housewarming event will be for Christmas, because I know how much you love Christmas.
I'll be in Costa Rica.
What? We're not
I'll be
gonna
back for New Year's. We'll have New Year's there.
Okay, fine.
It's
No
not-
Christmas tree
It's
for.
not a high rise.
He's such a Scrooge.
You're not going to see fireworks, but it'll be fun.
Yeah. Hanging out. Well, you guys do fireworks out there, anyways, right? It's the whole cul-de-sac.
I'm sure they do. I'm not a big fireworks person. Never have been.
Really? You just like to watch them? Or you
So
don't
I don't
like.
like. I don't like holidays.
I know you like Thanksgiving.
It's food. It's good.
It is food. It is good. Yes, you guys are having your first. Well, you guys had Thanksgiving last year, right?
We did not do the. We had Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving came and went, but
Yeah.
no, at the office we didn't do a potluck last year. I don't believe.
I don't remember. Why do I feel
In
like
November.
No, it was Christmas when you let us come back to, or not you, but we had it was reduced mandate, right? Yeah, we had some really cool ornaments that were Secret Santa's gifts.
Yeah, Janet puts that stuff together. She likes that.
Yeah, we had we brought back the trunk or treat. That was a blast.
That was fun this week, right?
Yeah, it was great weather.
And I don't like Halloween.
What holiday do you like?
For always growing up, my favorite holiday was Easter, and I don't know why.
Easter, because is it like the religious aspect of it, or?
Well, I think it's a pretty awesome holiday for the religious aspect, but not as a kid. That wasn't why. I think it was just because that's when it started to warm up.
Oh, okay.
Spring, you always got some new clothes.
I was gonna say, the
shorts,
Easter basket always got, or
Yeah.
Easter bunny always gave you some cool
something
stuff.
like that. So
Yeah.
that was always fun. But the trunk or treat was cool. Some of
It
the
was.
cars that you guys that were decorated, and
You had a haunted
Um,
house.
there was a
The
haunted
Bouchard
house.
team put up that. I mean, he was out here for a few hours setting that up. Was it noon? Noon, and it
deserved to
started
win,
at
right?
5 for sure. I mean, he put a lot of effort into that, and how he even planned it. Did you see his little? He had a little piece of paper and all that stuff. It was
I
great.
thought it was a kill room from Dexter.
Yeah. It was cool. Super cool.
And then you had a food truck out there that was
Yeah, the
pretty
food truck.
awesome. And
Yeah. But I mean, there were people here, so clients, but then other people that just came because they found out about it online. Just trick or
Really?
treat. Yeah. I mean, there was a couple that walked around and just basically thanked everybody for putting it together.
that's cool. And
Yeah.
then after that, I've seen everyone else in town trying to do it. So
Oh, really?
you guys are trendsetters.
No, you are, not me.
Not me. I didn't do it.
I was just there to hang out.
But it's we didn't do that last year,
Correct.
but we did it the year before.
And I think the year
And
before.
the year before, yeah.
Yeah. And it's always been cold because it typically like freezes for the kids on Halloween Day.
Mm-hmm.
So you always get that coolness and then it's frozen. Your kids get frozen on that night. But
Maybe that's
it
why I didn't
was-
like Halloween.
What, especially in Utah. It was it was a beautiful evening that night. It was
Mhm.
nice. And
It's been great weather here.
I know.
So
Kind of scary. So that means Sunday it's going to chill because we'll have to be wearing stuff for that.
for trick or treating,
Yes, it always happens. Although we're not, my daughter's too old now to trick or treat.
they're never too old.
Really?
And she was dressed up, and
I
Haley was
know.
dressed up.
Everybody was
They were
dressed up.
scary clowns.
Is that what they were?
They were clowns.
I couldn't figure that out. I'm not into.
I thought they did a great job.
They did.
They had their 2 little cars there and
Yeah.
decorated their trunks. And
Yeah, with the creepy little hands.
your
and all
nephew
that
was in the
stuff.
back seat of one of them,
scaring
kids.
everybody off.
Made Todd's grandson cry.
Really?
That's what I heard this morning.
It was a great event.
Yeah, bring
For
all your kids.
everybody.
You're
Yeah.
very sensitive kids. Bring them.
Yes, lots of candy was passed out.
So
Good
that was
fun.
good. What else? Do we have anything in the news?
In the hopper, what do you got, Brandon?
10 markets where home prices are surging most.
We're not in this list.
Did you look?
I did, yeah. The number 10 is Huntsville, Alabama. Johnson City, Tennessee. Do you know where that is?
In Tennessee.
Right. Eureka, California. Where's that? Like northern? Is it
is it
by
northern?
Chico?
By Humboldt.
Uh-huh. Exactly. Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, which I thought they were pretty much resort style. So emerging would be what? Like getting into the market type of thing, or just increasing?
Surging. Where
No,
do
it's
you
not
get
surging,
emerging?
It's emerging.
You're
Emerged.
looking at a different list than me.
Oh, okay, let's
I
go
was
for your
like-
list.
Everything you're reading off is not on my list.
What do you got?
So I have 10 markets where home prices are surging.
Surging.
And so we got Bellevue, Washington, Fremont, California, Scottsdale, Arizona, San Jose,
Ooh.
California, Rochester,
Jose.
New York,
Rochester.
Pembroke Pines, Florida, ground zero, Glendale, California, Worcester sauce,
Yeah.
Massachusetts, Boise, Idaho. Idaho makes it all over.
Boise.
And Palmdale, California.
Palmdale. That's not Palm Springs, right?
No, Palmdale. There's a rap song about that, isn't there, Beta? Rolling through Palmdale or something.
Really? Wait, let's see where
That's
this Palmdale
scary
is.
stuff.
Oh, it's by L.A.
It's on the way there, yeah.
Oh, it's like by Topanga,
Yeah, right next to Palmdale.
by Lancaster and Lake Los Angeles. Interesting. So they're surging. Does it say by what, like percentage or why or?
I can tell you that if I go back to it. It had your medium sales price in, so it does the over a 3-year period, September of 2019, 2020, 2021. Example would be Scottsdale, Arizona went from median sales price in 2019 of $477,000.
Wow.
2020 was $582,000, and the median sales price in September of 2021 was $695,000.
Wow.
San Jose went from $946,000 in 2019 to $1,094,000 or $1.094 million to a medium sales price in 2021 of $1.24 million.
1.2. Wow.
Yep. So that's their median. I'm out.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and here in Las Vegas, the median is from September 406,500 for
Right.
your single family.
So Boise be closer to us. They were a median of 326.5 in 19,
That's still wow.
and they went to 387 in 20, and they're at 480,000
Wow.
in 21.
So I went to Cincinnati.
Wow.
Yes. Have you been there before?
No.
So, me neither.
Haven't really had a need to.
Yeah,
But Bobby's out there. So.
Bobby Sims, one of our Circle of Champions. Champions, yep. He's out there. So he's, he kind of gave me a preview of what's happening out there in Cincinnati because he had said he's doing these great flips, like 75,000 to 300,000 or 300,000 to like 800,000. I actually stayed out in Cincinnati, downtown Cincinnati. It's beautiful out there.
Is it?
Yeah, they've got, and I mean, I'm not very big on sports other than VGK and now the Raiders, but they have the Bengals,
which will be in Vegas in a few weeks.
Are they playing here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then I didn't know this, but the Cincinnati Reds is our first baseball team.
Their first baseball?
For the whole country. They
really?
were the very first baseball team. So a little bit of history behind that.
Pete Rose played for them, didn't he?
That's right. Yeah, he was was he the coach?
No, he was a player.
He was a player?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He got in trouble for betting on baseball.
Do you know? He's like, what are you talking about baseball? Talk about basketball. Then I'm all in.
Baseball's not a sport.
So
if they don't have a basketball team in Cincinnati, it's not a sport.
Do they have a basketball team? No. They don't. They have Ohio State. Are they football? Cleveland. Oh, Cleveland Cavaliers. There you go. It's very nice until what? Until it snows?
Until it snows.
According to
Cincinnati.
Bobby Sims, who is he lives in Dayton, but he says that when it snows, the very next day it'll be 80 degrees. I can handle that. Snow and then 80 degrees, it should melt, right?
Yeah, that's how you catch a cold.
A little bit of slush. So when we were out there, they had FIFA, the soccer, FIFA.
We had that here too.
Were they looking here?
No, we played here. They played the tournament here. Was that
where?
Yeah, at the
Do we
stadium.
have an actual stadium that will host
Allegiant?
Oh. So they actually just built a brand new soccer stadium. It's a little different.
Well, I think they've been trying to get professional soccer out here too.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, they were thinking about Rio, right?
And I don't know all the leagues, and I don't know if it was FIFA out here or whatever, but I know Salt Lake has like the Salt Lake Real, and I don't even know what league that is, but it's professional soccer.
Yeah.
But it's a big deal in the markets that have it.
Yeah. So they just built the stadium like a year ago. This is what all this revitalization that's happening downtown or down there in the city of or downtown area of Cincinnati. But they were there, so everybody was like catering and the fact that they're there to basically bid for the 2026 World Cup.
Really?
Yeah. So for those of you who are looking for a good opportunity, and Bobby Sims is a realtor out there if you need so I was actually really surprised. I was pleasantly surprised in the community, but then to see that there's that growth that's about to happen, I think there's going to see a little bit of resurgence. They may be an emerging market that we have to pay attention to.
That's good.
That'll be on our next podcast. Maybe.
Did you listen to the radio out there? WKRP?
In Cincinnati?
Yeah,
no.
They have a great radio
Do you know what
station.
that is?
Oh, my goodness. Was it Skip?
Yes. I put that on my reels.
See, you know.
He probably didn't even hear the song. When I was out there, no? You don't listen to my reels. I got it. Okay.
But he watches them.
Yeah, I
They're
know.
just on mute.
Yeah. That's right.
That's cool.
It was pretty cool to be out
I haven't
there.
been to Ohio at all, so.
Yeah. I haven't been to Idaho. The only reason I brought that up was because I think that's going to be, I'm going to make a prediction, that might be one of the emerging markets.
You know, another one I think is St. Louis.
Yeah.
That one's been calling my name a lot too. But
really?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of markets where you can still get a very reasonable house. I mean, maybe in some depressed areas that are going to be revitalized.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't it have been nice if we would have known or bought down by Fremont Street here?
Yeah.
Before it took off. So.
Yeah. Well, we were at the we went to the college fair last night, so my daughter's starting to go down that path. And so I drove, it was at the World Market Center.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to drive through historic Las Vegas, I guess. I didn't realize, it's beautiful down there. They have all of everything is just redone down there in the whole area. And I was like, wow, they
just
actually
quietly revitalizing it.
Yeah. Really, like that whole parking, the freeway and all of the areas around it and the lighting and the signage and all that stuff. So it's making it better, which is cool. So it's probably a good time. What do you think the prices are down there at historic Vegas?
They're probably very expensive.
Like in the really?
Mm-hmm.
Is that where Scotch 80s and the McNeil Estates and stuff is?
Yeah, and you can get so you can get some land out there too. You know what I mean? Some of the stuff's on bigger stuff. And what is it? Huntsville, that area of downtown by the Huntsville Theater or whatever. That's all. A lot of people have bought and fixed up and flipped property there.
Really? Good to know.
Yeah.
Next project, maybe a 14-car garage, 3-bedroom home. One day.
How do you rehab a garage? You just sweep the floor and paint it?
I don't know. I shine it up, put some epoxy
put
on
some
it.
cars in it.
Yeah, I got a few of those.
So that's good.
Yep. What else you got? Oh,
I don't know.
My battery is dead.
You have nothing left. So
We're winging it now. We are officially on the winging it. I did have. So did you see that article that talked about printing of homes? There's a community that's actually printing homes.
So that's just weird to me. So that's where a machine actually just 3D prints it.
Yeah.
Off a.
They're basically, they've got the design, and then I guess it's just a like. I want to call it gloop, but I'm sure that's goop of what like cement basically. It, just like when it prints it, right? It prints it into this thing, and it's the little robot arm. Same thing, but the stuff that comes out is cement or what concrete, and it creates the form of this home.
In Austin, huh?
In Austin, Texas. We should go do a show out there in Austin to go look at it.
Maybe they could print a podcast.
Yeah. An area that looks like Las Vegas, and we'll do a real estate exposed. I think that's pretty cool. Like we think about technology and what our world is going to get to. Printing of homes.
So now entering the best time of the year shortage. Where did I see it? Lennar to build the world's largest 3D printed homes.
There you go. In a community. Is that here in Vegas? No?
No, let's see. 3D. Lennar is one of the nation's leading home builders, an icon and a construction technologies company pioneered large-scale 3D printing, have committed to build the largest community of 3D printed homes to date using innovative robotics, software, and advanced materials. Breaking ground in 2022, the 100-home community will be co-designed by architecture firms, and you must subscribe to get the rest.
We definitely well, at least we have some facts on that one.
But no, that's cool. I wonder where
one
that's
in
going to
Austin?
be, but it didn't say. It just
Las
said
Vegas,
2022.
Nevada.
Is that what that article said too, Beta? Yes, okay. It's in Austin. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That'll help with the
supply chain issue.
the labor shortages, right?
And labor shortage.
See, this is interesting because we don't want robots and we don't want basically machines and stuff to take us over, but yet we don't have enough people that will go to work, and we're opening the door for all this stuff to happen, right? Even like truck drivers and the supply chain and all that stuff. And so now you're looking at the possibility of self-driving trucks and everything else that does away with a whole industry. Crazy.
I know. And then when in hindsight, right, we're going to be like, what? Then we're going to blame it on technology and all that other stuff. I read something or heard something about Amazon that this holiday season, we need to be prepared for delays because they've got a labor shortage. It's not even like the boats or the ports and all that other stuff. The labor shortage in gathering all the stuff from their distribution sites, people are not showing up to work. So
it's crazy, right? Why?
I don't know.
I mean, what else you got to do?
I don't know.
What am I missing out on?
Because the unemployment is out, right? Because that ended Labor Day weekend.
The additional money?
Yeah. For a lot of people, I think just unemployment is out.
So I was watching the news this morning, and I was thinking, okay, so all these ships coming in, the containers, we don't have enough truck drivers to drive things. And they're saying, no, they don't have enough axles. And what they were saying is the trucks are picking up at the ports, delivering the stuff to the warehouses. They don't have enough staff there to unload them, so they're leaving the trailer and the axle there. Oh, and so they don't have enough to keep it going.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I heard. And I was like, okay, so how does this perfect storm happen? I mean, there's a shortage everywhere of not only supplies, but also staff and trucks and equipment, and it's just crazy.
People are not coming back to work, or because it's been so... it's been a pent-up supply of whatever. Now there's just a ton of stuff that has come to the warehouses and things. And
well, I mean, they try to say that it's because we're buying more, and I don't believe that because of COVID. I don't believe that.
We're buying more what?
More online shopping.
But even if you were to buy it online or not, it would still have to get here, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Crazy.
Crazy. What else you got?
All I know is we're hiring at Signature. So if you want to get your real estate license, we do have a real estate school and we can get you all set up.
That's awesome. Well, and that's actually, we're all getting ready to business plan, which is kind of crazy, right? And I actually have talked to a lot of people are like, what do you do? How'd you get in the business? Oh, I've always thought about getting into the real estate industry. What do? They just join?
The first step would be, you can set an appointment to come in and talk to Patty Kelly, and she'd go through the process of seeing if it's a career for you. Because I think a lot of people say, well, I want to get into real estate, but they don't really understand what it is.
Yeah.
Even I was one of those, right? I got into real estate almost, I don't even know why, but I did. Sold my restaurant, went in there. And
We're grateful you did.
Well, I'm sitting in a training class, and I was like, holy crap, what did I do? I'm in sales. I didn't realize it was a sales position. I don't know what I thought it was, but I didn't realize. I just didn't realize,
You just thought it was paperwork to sign up a contract?
Well, I thought, you just go sit in the house. People come in, they buy it. I don't know. But then when I interview people all the time, I'm like, why do you want to get into real estate? Well, I love people. I love looking at houses. I'm like, I don't have any of that.
And look at how successful you've been. So are you trying to say that?
So maybe you're an overachiever. This might not work for you. No. So everyone has these reasons why they want to get into it.
Yeah.
So I think the first thing would be sit down with somebody, kind of find out what it really entails, right?
Yeah.
It's not a real expensive business to get into, they say, but it can be a very, very expensive business to get into if you do it wrong.
That's a good point.
Because you're not going to make any money, and you're going to spend a lot of money. You're going to chase leads, chase advertising, all kinds of stuff. So there's a right way to do it. And if you do it right, it could save you a lot of headache and get you on the track to making money sooner. And then if you decide, okay, this is what I want to do, the next step is to go through the school. And Nevada is an interesting state in the way of you don't actually have to attend any classes to go to school. You can do it through correspondence. You can read the book. You can watch videos. You can do whatever
You don't have a timeline that you have to complete X amount of courses?
It's basically a year from the time you sign up. So, and then I think you got to take your national and your state exam within a year of you graduating the school.
But you don't have to clock in hours for your pre-licensing.
No, so you basically, with us, you basically sign an affidavit saying that you did this stuff. But the real true test is, do you pass the final exam? If you pass the final exam, then you must have studied.
Oh, yeah,
right?
True.
And then you go into and take your state and your national. And if you didn't study and you don't pass that, that's $100 a pop, right? But once you pass that, then you can join a brokerage.
So is that all done through the division, or is it done through?
So the schools are not through the division, but all the courses are approved by the division.
Okay.
Right? And but in the end, you have to pass the state exam, which again I believe is written, and you don't go to the division to do it. You go to a testing center, but you have to pass that, and then once you pass that, and you get your school certificates, you can apply for your license.
What's the average cost to just take the testing and things like that? I know for mortgages it's about $1,000.
Oh, okay. So the school costs you anywhere. I mean, sometimes you can find Groupons for them, whatever. But I'd say to take the testing in the school and stuff, you're under $500.
Oh, okay.
To get to that point. Then when you you select your brokerage, you make the application with the division. That you're probably in it, $600-700, and then by the time you join the board and your brokerage and get all that stuff in, it's probably $2,500 to be off and running, right?
For the
that gives you the MLS, the board fees, all that stuff.
For the first year.
Yeah, for the first year.
Yeah.
That's just to get started up,
Mm-hmm.
and then obviously you got to make money because you're working at a brokerage and you're an independent contractor, and if you don't sell anything, you really don't make anything. And so you start living on your credit cards. And then when you do sell a house, a brokerage can take a big split, and you got to pay off your credit card, and you're back at zero again. So
this sounds like fun.
It can be, right? But that's the endless cycle that a lot of agents get into, right? So you want to make sure that you're committed to it. You have a plan. You have a broker that's going to support you, and a training program that's going to get you off and going. If you don't, it could be painful. And, they say like 80% of agents are out in the first or second year. And I think a lot of that is just because they don't have a plan going in, or they don't realize what it's going to entail to do it.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. I think it's everybody's like, oh, it's easy to be a realtor. Or it's
And
easy
it
to be a
is.
loan officer.
It is if you're committed to doing it and you're willing to do the activities.
I agree with that, but I still think it's hard work. I mean, I don't think...
Oh, it is.
You know, I mean, you have to be able to communicate with people. I don't know how you made it being an introvert.
I don't know.
Just kidding. People just shove you in
Open
front
houses.
of people. Would you say
Mailers.
that's like the first... that's the biggest success for you was open houses?
So you have to put yourself
What's
in
up, Vincent?
positions to talk to people, right?
Yeah.
And if you're not going to pick up the phone or you're an introvert and you might as well sit somewhere where they're going to come to you.
Yeah.
And so, open houses were a big thing for me. I did 3 to 4 on a week, on a weekend. I did 2 on Saturday and 1 to 2 on Sunday, depending on what football game was on and who had the biggest TV. And I'm not even kidding.
I love it.
I'm not even kidding. Because I could watch the same football game at home and hopefully nobody walked into my house. Or I could sit somewhere else and watch that game and have an opportunity to pick up business. You
know, that's a good point because I actually heard, I think you actually said it in one of your academies where you basically are like, that could be your office hours, right? So even if it's an open house, it's kind of multi-purpose. While you're there, if you do it right, people should be there. And if not, or they're just not out there, doing open or coming in, you at least have an opportunity to prospect. You have an opportunity to
and it's
do
probably
thank you
quiet.
Cards. Yeah, but like an office hour,
Yeah.
an office setting where I think people forget that could be that opportunity for them.
And in Vegas, it's being a 24/7 town, or it used to be 24/7. Now things actually close, but people are work nights and days, and you can hold open houses any day of the week.
Yeah.
In Salt Lake, it seemed like really the only time you held open houses were the weekends. That's when people were off or whatever. But here, you can do it any time.
And now with, the COVID restrictions and stuff, I feel like it's back to normal, right? There's not really anything. It used to be like everybody was, you had to sign in. There was a gigantic form you had to fill out when I was first seeing all the open house stuff. And it seems pretty normal now. Cookies are coming back out on the...
Got to wash your hands.
Yeah.
It's crazy, some of the code protocols. When I was in Costa Rica, before you can enter the airport, you actually have to stop and wash your hands.
Really?
Yeah, so you go to a hand washing station to the left of the door, and you wash your hands and all that stuff. Then you can go in.
You can go into the airport?
Yeah, but you have to wash your hands before you go in.
Really?
Yeah, it's just kind of interesting the different things and how that things have changed because of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, originally it was like only one group in the house at a time. We had a lot of our agents setting up in the garage.
Yep.
Instead of being in the house, so that you could kind of head that out. But I think
now we're doing mega open houses.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are ready for it to be over.
I agree,
and hopefully it is soon because it's a different way of life now. Sometimes.
Yeah, it definitely. I mean, I went to so in Ohio they didn't have a mandate, so of course walking in the hotel and I'm like masked, and they're looking at me like I just robbed a bank or something. I'm like, you guys don't have mask requirements here, and like, no, you're more than welcome to if you want to wear a mask.
If you want to be an oddball,
but none of us are wearing masks.
And here you walk into a place and they give you the stink eye if you don't.
I like, oh crap, I forgot. I have to go back to my car, pick up my mask, and walk back in. And
does anyone have an extra one?
Exactly. What? But even then, they'd have them like hanging out, like right before you even walked in. The big old sign and all that other stuff.
Yeah,
so.
there's certain parts of our state here in Nevada. If you wear a mask, you're looked at funny too.
Yeah.
So
and it's even hard because
more
it's
rural areas.
Some businesses are like hit or miss, right, on whether it's mandatory or not. So.
Yeah, and I think everywhere in Nevada it's mandatory.
Yeah.
But the enforcement of it, right?
Yeah.
How much that business can enforce it.
Yeah, even with the nights, I was shocked at how different it was going back to the games. They're at full capacity. When we went during playoff, right, when I think the mandate was still just going on, you had to do the app to basically certify that you hadn't been there, and then you had to show it as you go in, and then you had to keep your mask on all the way through. And granted, they do walk up and down saying wear your mask, but it's to me personally, I don't think you could look across and the popcorn and the drinks that people are not eating, like they're not masked today. So
yeah, and that's it's hard to go and enjoy something with a mask. Not saying that's not necessary or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a different experience than sitting there. And the biggest thing I have with it is the mask police. And what I mean by that is not that, hey, you got to wear a mask, because you got to wear a mask. I get that. It's that it's not quite over your nose, and the pic, at that. And I think it's creating a lot of animosity amongst a lot of people. And unfortunately, the people that are tasked with monitoring that are just employees doing their job.
It's just a job,
right?
yeah.
But they're the ones getting the brunt of it.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's hard. That's why I say people are just ready to be done with it, and hopefully that happens soon. But in a safe manner. But it's definitely changed the way of life, and I think it's really hindered the being civil with people.
I agree.
I'm seeing more and more of this animosity and people flipping out on people. And
mask rage.
Is that what you call it? You named it.
Mask rage. It's no longer road
rage.
Trademarked. It's exactly.
I mean, I'm used to road rage because I have that.
You do?
Yes.
Really? I see you as being super calm.
Everywhere but behind the wheel of my car.
Really? And it drives by itself. Why would you care?
The stuff because people still cut you off. The stuff that comes out of my mouth in my car. At least I don't flip people off. I don't run people off the road. I don't pull a gun. And it's just my own. I got a vent to get through this.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yes, it's
Beatty,
funny.
have you ridden with him before? Driven?
You've heard stories. Oh.
But that should be. I mean, that's 75 all day long, right? You don't even. How do people get in front of you on a 75 plus?
People don't always go 75.
That's true. Okay. Well, why you got to call me out, Brandon? Why you got to call me
No,
out?
and you got these people going slow, and then they don't know, and they slow down to turn right, and then they don't get off the road when they're supposed to turn, and it's like
PTSD right now. I can just feel the anger.
You're feeling it, right?
Is coming across. He's turning red on the show.
Yeah.
I would not think that of you. For some reason, I just feel like you're like super mellow.
Everywhere but behind the wheel of a car.
So how are you as a passenger?
I'm fine.
Really?
Yeah. Here's the thing. When I'm in my car, I'm usually trying to get someplace. Like,
Give
I'm not
yourself
driving
more
because I
time.
just enjoy. I do give myself time, but the fact of the matter is, I'm trying to get someplace, and these people or this person or that car or that truck are in the way of me getting there, and I could have already been there. If they just drive the speed limit at least.
Oh wow,
You know?
wow! Traffic has gotten a lot worse since.
It really has.
Yeah,
That's
since-
one thing that could come back from the first when they were quarantining and the shutdown. Traffic was nice.
I agree.
You could get
the
anywhere.
roads were completely open. Well, now we got all the Californians who've relocated to Vegas.
And really, our roads here, our highways are not that great. And
Yeah.
what I mean by that is you've got people coming on, going off,
Yeah.
different speeds, all kinds of stuff. Tourists that don't know where they're going.
Yeah.
It's
Plus
crazy.
all the construction, because
and
every
then
single freeway has a cone or state
Uh-huh.
flower.
State
right?
flower. In fact, all our offices are right off the freeway,
Yeah.
and even my house is right off the freeway. So
Did you do that purpose?
Yes,
Really?
yes.
You don't like having to drive up into the neighborhoods?
I
and-
think
or easy access.
Henderson up there. What is it called? Anthem.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Never live up there.
I agree with you. I agree with you. on
I'm
that.
not going to go through 45 minutes of stop and
Yeah.
go traffic on red lights to get to my.
Yeah, it's usually Inspirada's a little bit better, but
And I know there's other ways in, but I don't know them.
you don't. Well, even still, to go around into the back area to get in there, it's still a 20-minute ride in.
And when you're there, great, but I would
Yeah.
just probably hurt somebody every time I was.
Way
So-
angry about this.
I know,
didn't
right?
know that.
No.
That's funny.
So thank goodness.
So mask rage, road rage.
Do you find though that you're a worse driver because you drive a Tesla? What I mean by that
No.
is worse in a car that doesn't have all the features that the Tesla has.
Yeah. Well, so I try not to drive it. Like if I drive Sydney's car, I forget that sometimes I have to, pay
You have to
attention to
steer.
the front of this. Yeah, because I'm so accustomed to
The
turning on
car helping
automatic.
you with stuff, right?
For sure. Fortunately, her car's small enough, so if I do swerve a little bit, I'm not necessarily into the other lane. But definitely paying attention is one thing I think that you lose when you drive. I mean, you have a little weight now that you don't even.
I tried that. I took it off, but that night driving home
Yeah.
from the trunk or treat when she gave that to me, I was
Yeah.
like, "Holy crap, this is cool!
So does
this
yours-
could get me in trouble?"
Does that take you all the way off with the lights and everything to your house, or
No,
just
so
freeway to
that
freeway?
the fully autonomous isn't there yet, But do you have the self-driving add-on to it, your car?
If I had to pay, probably not. I remember I didn't even pay for radio
So
anymore.
it was like 10 grand.
I didn't pay
to get it. Okay. Now you can also get it as a subscription for $200 a month.
What?
So as you're driving, you put it in that, and then you can select navigate on autopilot or whatever, and it will go down the highway. And when it gets to the exit, it'll actually turn the blinker off and take you off the highway.
Really?
Right? And then as you're coming off
I
that
don't
ramp,
trust
then
that.
it'll disengage the autopilot, right? But it will now also, when you come up to a stoplight or a stop sign, it'll stop.
Mine does that.
Right? Because
Yeah.
that's in there. But that's not part of the auto
uh,
thing. But when you're driving, if you want to change lanes, you turn on the blinker, it will make sure you have no one in your blind spot, and it'll change lanes for you. Right? And so to me, I love that because I don't see real good at night, and I love to use it at night because it's
Yeah, it'll help
clear,
you.
right?
Yeah.
And so it'll do that. But I know there was an upgrade just recently on the Tesla that's preparing it for the fully autonomous.
Just
And-
in general.
And they're going to release it to be there in beta, but your safety score has to be good. Do
How
you
do
track
they-
your safety score in your app?
I don't even
Go
know.
into your Tesla app right now.
I'm sure I had to pay for it.
No, you don't have to pay for
All
your
right, let's-
safety score. And so it says safety score in beta, and I have a 97 safety score, 97%, and
Where
it
did
tells
find
you
that?
in the app.
Security upgrades. Should I upgrade my app?
No, you should have.
Remember, I don't have the.
You might need to update your app, but so I have a safety score. Oh, you got an Android.
I get it.
That's it. So you might have to.
I don't have it.
You might have to have that feature on your car then. But anyway, it's
That's
there.
awesome, though.
So you have a safety score, and so a scoring factor. My
it says
collision warnings.
you drive like a
hard braking-
grandpa.
Yeah, pretty much. And I'm trying to get this unsafe following. I'm trying to get 15%.
Oh,
so I'm
so you-
above average. I'm in the yellow.
You're the one that pops into people's trunks.
No, but I'm mostly on the auto drive, and so when it stops, right, and sometimes it brakes hard.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dang it, that
Oh,
affected.
that really? So,
So-
don't you know you could adjust the car?
I do, but
Ah.
sometimes you're hauling down the highway, and the car in front of you doesn't brake
Yeah.
good. So when they're braking hard, you have to brake hard.
I don't haul
You
down.
don't.
the
Your
highway.
car does. So.
Yeah.
Who does?
Todd, do you swear less at night because you can't see the slower people?
No.
Because actually, he's sleeping, so he doesn't have to worry
Have
about
you ever
the slow-
slept in your car while it's
I've-
rolling? I know you've slept in your car.
okay, that calling me out, Not while because I only do it freeway to freeway. I do enjoy it because it's an opportunity for me to like zone out on my way home or to get all my texts and phone calls in on my way in.
So you might as well be napping, because if you're paying attention to your phone, you're not paying attention to the road.
But you don't have to, right? Because you have
Right. So sometimes I'll close my eyes.
and take a little nap.
Just meditate.
How long is? I. like,
So don't be
strategic
offended.
Reset.
Don't be offended if I pull up next to you or you pass me and I don't wave back,
or if he's like this.
because I may be sleeping. Yes. Oh.
That's hilarious. So you upgraded for the fully autonomous.
So I didn't do the 10,000 extra because the last lease I did, I paid. I think it was $8,000 or something, and I did it. And I'm like, it's never gonna come. I went through the whole lease, paid for it, never had it. The best thing I had was the turn signal.
Oh.
This time I didn't do it, and then they did the subscription. I go, I really missed the blinker. So I did it.
Yeah, I have not paid the.
But you can turn it on and off anytime. Like you can subscribe and unsubscribe.
Oh, I guess
And
maybe
same
you're
thing
doing
with
like
your
a long,
karaoke.
my karaoke. Yeah, I have not paid for that. That's like $14 a
It's like
month.
$9 a month, isn't it?
But I mean, why? I've been in that car too long to get a membership for that.
You don't like to stream music?
I stream off my phone.
Ah.
Yeah, because
So you pay extra for internet on your phone so you don't have to do it in your car. That's cool.
Unlimited. You're not going to talk me into it. Although I will say this, I did go to a show or an event yesterday, and because I'm trying to up my game for videos, he did say that I got to dump the Android. So I'm
Especially
looking,
now.
Yeah. Why?
The cameras and all that stuff and the it's all getting better and better. Android used to have was a way better camera system.
Yeah. But for whatever reason is on that Apple, I don't know. So you may see me next Christmas with a...
How funny. We've been telling her for years. She goes to one little seminar with some video guy, and she's like, I'm getting an Apple.
I mean, he was
You're
pretty
worse than my
impressive,
kid.
though. It's so funny. I said that to Rich and Sydney last night. They're like,
hello?
Seriously?
Everybody has an iPhone and Android.
Yeah. And the dog.
She doesn't realize the dog actually has one.
It's attached to her collar. Lets the garage open up and down. That's for her door. Yeah, so we'll see. Maybe. If they come out with purple, that might be...
They have a purple iPhone.
Shut up.
They really do.
Do they?
Yes. Google the purple iPhone. It's really
What?
there.
No way.
Yes.
All right. Can't Google it because I'm out of I'm out of commission.
You're dead. I'll do it for you.
Okay, great.
Purple.
I might have to do a GoFundMe because if I get a GoFundMe that says it's time to buy a phone, then maybe I will do that. But yeah, he was telling me about all the features, and I'm sure somebody has mentioned it, where you can take the videos, edit it, and then airdrop it, that kind of cool stuff. So, well, it's kind of like like
It's purple. It's beautiful.
it is pretty. We'll see.
It's kind of a blue purple, but there it
Yeah,
is. So
I like it. Maybe.
You know. In
We'll
fact,
see.
the release before the 13, the 12, they came out specifically with the purple one.
Ooh, and I like the number 12. Is that a good
Yeah, why? If you're going to do it, get the latest one. The 13.
I bet that's like so unlucky.
For you. For the other player.
That's funny. So we'll see. Yeah, a couple cool things that came out of that event. But I'm going to throw this out there, starting a podcast, and I'm definitely going to up my game for my videos. Let's see.
And I'm going to throw this out there. I'm going to take I'm going to get a therapist to talk me through driving.
You need to.
So I don't hurt anyone.
I could coach you. Do you want to?
Would you coach me on that?
Yes. Yes.
You need to sleep more in your car.
I definitely have been said to be a grandma when I drive, which is crazy. Because it's my car driving, so it's really my car. Flash 2.0 drives.
What
like
did
a
you
grandma.
name your car?
Flash 2.0.
You did?
Yes. Because it does.
Grandma
Ironically
Flash 2.0.
not. Ironically not super fast, but it is a super fast car.
Well, I think we forgot to wish everyone a happy Nevada Day.
Yes. Happy Nevada Day. Thank you so much. Who told us to remember?
What? Nobody. I just was thinking about it. So what the hell is Nevada Day?
This is when we became a state.
And it,
I don't know when. I mean, obviously today, but I mean, I don't know.
Was it like 100 years ago or something?
1805.
I think it was 100
We're really
years ago.
good with fact checking.
That's why we have. Well,
Yeah.
it's not the only reason we have Beta. He runs the equipment too and keeps
For
us on
sure.
task. But
Which thank you to Beta for doing that.
Nevada became a state when?
1815.
No, I think it's 100 years. That's my guess.
1864
See?
on Halloween. Oh, and all of our little critters are going to be coming out for trick-or-treating this Sunday.
So actually, Nevada Day is Sunday.
It is, right?
It is just observed today because everyone wants the free day off.
Which is why the office is like...
But I every year I still make the staff work. They
What?
hate me for it, but...
Yeah?
Well, I'll tell you what. So
They don't hate you, but...
in Utah, their Independence Day is Pioneer Day, right? Which is July 24th. And so you got the 4th of July and the 24th of July, and it's like a second 4th of July. It's a big deal. Fireworks
Fireworks?
hit the ground. Yeah, they're shooting out there. I thought you told me this was a good area. But no, it's a big deal in Utah, the 24th. And here it's Nevada Day. What?
It's a big... They have a parade. You didn't see that they have a big parade in Anthem? You had to drive all the way up there to go
I got
see it.
stuck in traffic.
I think Water Street, I'm sure, has
No,
a
it's cool.
parade.
I think it's a big deal. And we got a great state.
We do.
So, very
No
good.
state tax. Yeah.
Just state fees.
Just state fees. We had some gold up in here, up in these hills.
Right? So, I don't know how we did it. We filled a show.
We did?
with-
Is it that time already?
Pretty close, isn't
Good
it?
job, Brandon Roberts. Let's go, Brandon.
Shelly P.
Well, happy Nevada Day for all of your trick-or-treaters. Have a happy Halloween
Trick or treat.
and enjoy moving. Hopefully you get to your house before it gets dark outside.
Before traffic hits.
Before
Before it gets dark.
Before traffic hits. And I think that's it. Make sure you like and subscribe, share this information, and we'll see you on the next one. That's a wrap.